Your life is a mirror. Every frustration you feel, every block you hit, every moment when nothing seems to work, it's all reflecting something back to you. And once you see it, really see it, everything changes. I discovered this on the worst creative day I'd had in weeks, when my son taught me the most important lesson about why we stay stuck, and the one thing that breaks the cycle. Something I never saw coming. It's Monday evening, one of those days where I had plans to kick off the work week with real momentum, you know? YouTube scripts, finalizing some video edits, ideation, the work that actually moves me forward. But instead, I spent most of the day avoiding, pacing back and forth from my laptop to the refrigerator, finding every reason not to create. And as each hour passes, I feel the day slipping away and I'm beating myself up about losing grip on another day where I had such high hopes, you know? And by evening, I'm carrying this heavy energy with myself, frustrated, disappointed, feeling stuck in the mud from every angle. The dog won't eat his dinner, needs the right lighting, the right tone, the right emotional support. I have to drag the trash bins back through the rain because I forgot to bring them in earlier. Small things, but they're just piling up. And when I walk upstairs for bedtime with my son, I'm bringing all of this baggage with me. Let's brush your teeth, I say, but he runs behind my wife, doesn't want me to do it. Bedtimes aren't always the smoothest sailing, you know, and so I knowingly brace myself for tonight's battle. He's whining, running away, fighting me at every step. And part of me recognizes in this struggle that we're engaged in, that I've brought this energy. The resistance that I'm feeling is within my son also. My frustration from the day has infected my boy. But then comes the moment that changes everything. The great toothbrush battle concludes in a stalemate. We get back to his room and he needs to change into his pajamas next. Now, he loves doing this part himself, the independence, the control. But tonight, he's wearing one of those tight-necked shirts, and he's really struggling. He can't get it off his head, you know? He's yelling at himself and his situation, getting more and more worked up, fighting so hard to break free, but also being his biggest roadblock. And that's when I see it. I'm watching him struggle with that shirt, and I realize I'm looking into a mirror. Here's what I rediscovered that night. Your external reality is a reflection of your internal state. When you're fighting yourself internally, doubting, criticizing, forcing, that fight shows up literally everywhere. In your relationships, in your work, even in how your 3-year-old responds to bedtime, you know? Your energy, your presence, your internal state, it all radiates outward. And the world is reflected back to you. Think about it. When you're stressed, doesn't everything seem harder? Traffic is worse, people are more difficult, technology breaks down. And when you're at peace, doesn't everything in life flow a little more smoothly? Green lights, easy conversations, solutions appearing out of nowhere. That's the mirror principle in action. Most people try to change their external circumstances first. Work harder, force better outcomes. But that's like trying to fix your reflection by cleaning the mirror. The reflection doesn't change until you change. My son struggling with that shirt wasn't just about the shirt. It was showing me exactly how I'd been struggling with my own creative blocks that day. Fighting so hard to break free, but being my own biggest obstacle. The same internal war that I was waging with myself was being reflected right back to me. So what did I do with this realization? I stopped fighting. I didn't try to force him through his own struggle. I didn't get more frustrated. I just watched. I bore witness with compassion. And something shifted. My own energy changed. The air in the room seemed to soften. And gradually, he settled down too. He did get the shirt off. We finished the routine, and by the end, when it came time for our goodnight hug, a moment that I wasn't even sure he'd let me have with him at that point, he walked right into my arms. The longest, tightest squeeze we'd shared in recent memory. But here's what I realized as I held him. I wasn't just hugging him. I was hugging myself. Because I needed the forgiveness I was giving him just as much as he did. The compassion that I was showing for his struggle is what I'd been withholding from my own the entire day. You see, we can't give what we don't have. And we can't love others past the point where we love ourselves. The mirror doesn't lie. If you want your external reality to change, if you want the resistance to stop, the blocks to clear, the creative flow to return, it starts with one simple choice. Forgive yourself. Forgive the procrastination. Forgive the creative drought. Forgive the miscreations and false starts. Forgive your fear of failure. Forgive the version of you that's been struggling. Forgiveness creates the space for something new to emerge. And here's the beautiful part. 15 minutes after leaving his room, I sat down and I wrote. The creative block that had plagued me had been removed. The script that had been eluding me all day just poured out of me. In fact, it's this video that you're watching right now. The mirror had shifted, my internal state changed, and my external reality followed suit. Your life is always showing you something. Every frustration is a message. Every block is information. The question is, what is your mirror reflecting back to you right now? What do you need to forgive yourself for? Drop a comment below and tell me. And thanks for watching.